I'll link everything below for y'all. My favorite combs, hair ties, rubber bands, and of course that Locked Up with Nikki pudding. Alright y'all, so here's the inspo pic, and this is my niece. Her locks are a lot thicker, but we're still gonna make it happen. And in the inspo pic there were no lock knots in the ponytail section, but I decided to add that in and jazz it up. Now I had just pulled 2 super long days, 8 to 7 in the salon, but my niece asked me to hook her up, so I had to oblige. Y'all see me misting with that Locked Up with Nikki hydrating mist, and that's just so that her roots can be wet when I apply the product. My product stays better when it's wet and then it dries. And she likes to have the twist out look after she takes these lock knots out, so it really helps with holding that a little bit longer. Not only does water help my product work better, but you just don't want to be retwisting and manipulating dry locks. It leads to breakage and it can lead to a whole host of other problems. So I always make sure as I go along, and you'll see that I'm misting her hair just to keep it moistened while I do the work. Now I want y'all to pay attention, because right after this I'm going to show you exactly how much gel you need for this style. A little bit goes a long way when you're using the Locked Up with Nikki and you're also using the mist as you go along. You see that right there on that comb? That's all I'm going to use, and that's going to cover 2 locks. Those locks that I'm twisting together, that's exactly how much gel I'm going to use. You don't go through the parts as though you're doing braids. All I want to do is create a little bit of slippage for any loose hairs to come out, and I also want to neaten up those parts. We are not going for perfect parts, we're going for neat parts. And that's important with locks, because that hair that gets locked in, I've seen people pulling hair all the way out of the lock and putting so much gel on there just to be able to make the straightest parts. And what they're doing is causing more damage than good. So you just want to make sure that your parts are neat. They don't have to be perfect straight lines. So I'm just continuing. I'm making those lock knots at the bottom of the 2-strand twist. And if y'all need a tutorial on doing lock knots, then let me know. I know I'm moving pretty fast through this video because I really want to show you more how to achieve the style than how to achieve the exact method of doing lock knots. But if you need that, then just let me know. Now don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. I'll bring you more stuff, more heat, more styles. So right here, what I'm doing is sectioning off the hair that I'm going to be using for the bangs that are hanging to the side. And since I'm not in the salon, I'm using a little rubber band just to keep them together and keep them out of the way. So I'm just going along and making those lock knots, and I'm going to make sure they're all around the same length, just in case she wants a little versatility with the style. She can take it out of the ponytail and just let them hang, and they won't look crazy and be all different lengths. And to do that, that's also very easy. Like I said, if you need a lock knot tutorial, let me know below and I'll hook you up. I do want to mention that whichever direction you want your lock knots to fall, that's the direction you're going to want to twist in. Since her hair is going into a ponytail, but I want to give her the versatility of wearing her hair outside of the ponytail, I'm just following the direction of her hair. So as you can see, the side ones, I'm twisting to the side. And so I'm going to do that all the way around her hair until, of course, we get to the front, where we're going to have those bangs with the lock knots hanging, and I'll be twisting those downward in that direction because that's the way we want them to hang. So as I finish, it's pretty repetitive, and I'm going to just let y'all vibe to that music. You want to keep those parts clean for a polished look. I actually love doing lock knots on thicker hair because you get bigger knots, which equals bigger volume. And what do us lock girls love? Bigger volume. So now I'm going to go ahead and do that side bang. Every time I do her side bang, I try to switch it up because, you know, teenagers love to lay down their baby hair. And as a result, her front is getting thinner. They don't listen to me, though. What do I know? I'm just a loctician with their own salon. The style is still going to come out fire. And then at the end, I don't show that part though, but I use those same rubber bands that I'm using to lock the knots, and I put them to the top of the bang just to keep it together so it doesn't look so spacey. Now it does get tricky when I'm trying to not use the same locks that I used the last time for the style, but I'm spacing them out and I'm making sure they fall perfectly. I want them to fall to the side. I don't want them falling in her face. We want to be cute. We do not want to be annoyed. Yeah, these bangs are giving new growth, no stress. Soft enough to kiss your baby at night, but they still bold enough to get attention while you out with the girls. Now I'm gathering all those lock knots and twists into the elastic band we talked about earlier. I'm grabbing them in sections, not all at once, so nothing crosses over or pulls wrong. This part is key if you want a smooth ponytail without that messy look. Think of it like laying a foundation, neat sectioned and tension free. That way, if you decide to flip it into a cute little bun for later, you already set up for success. Trust me, the little things matter when you're trying to wear a style for more than just a gram. And please be careful as you're pulling those lock knots through. They're just secured by a small little rubber band and they can pop out, which did happen for one of mine, but I'm gonna go back and fix that. Watch this. All right, now I'm adjusting a few pieces to make sure this pony lays exactly how I want it. Boom, check her spin out. Okay, it's giving structure, it's giving style, it's giving don't talk to me unless you booked your appointment. And here's the inspo, side by side. It's Locked Up with Nikki, y'all.